Lethal lockdown. Well, it's lockdown, but I'm saying lethal lockdown. Because this show was lethal. Bad joke, where you expect I'm an old man. Let me give you like this. I'm going to say this to you right now. This is not going to be a long video. I'm not going to make it 30 or 40 minutes. But I am going to say this. If you are wondering, you should watch the show. Watch this match. Watch it. It was actually good to very good. And I want to make this clear, with that little joke I just did about Lethal Lockdown, the one match that just should not work did work because of one thing. And I'll explain it when I get to the Lethal Lockdown match itself. But other than that, the majority of the matches were good. Even the people you think wouldn't do a good job in a match did a good job in a match. So let's open. AJ Francis versus Elijah. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I know people don't like Elijah a lot. They don't. Too big, too bulky. He can't fly around the ring. He's got a gimmick of playing the guitar, which has been the same as Joe Henry, as a Jeff Jarrett. Not many people liked those guys when they went too far. And you could say easily with Elijah that he's kind of doing a little bit of an Undertaker style to his grifter or drifter type of character. Hasn't been that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Trying to be like a, what do you call it, like a pale, if you've ever seen, I know this is a pretty old movie, Pale Rider, I believe it was 1985 or 86 with Clint Eastwood. He comes riding in, does his business, and leaves, acting like a preacher when he used to be a gunslinger, and a good one at that. You could say that he's taken a little taste of that with The Undertaker, the way he acts. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is. Then you got AJ Francis, and let's make this clear. As much as people had hate for AJ, when he was in WWE, particularly when he did his Tennessee Whiskey, and it looked like he almost blew out his knees when he didn't do it correctly. And let's make it clear. They fucked with him because of it. Michael Cole and everyone else fucked with him until he left the company, when they just basically released him. It was terrible. And he had to work hard to make up for what had happened. Not because he messed up the move, but he wanted to prove not just everybody he can actually wrestle, but he can be a good pro wrestler. Because being a good wrestler doesn't mean anything if you can't talk, if you don't have charisma, and you can't sell a feud with somebody. And over the last few years since he's been in TNA, he has done that. Whether you like him or not, you got to give him props that he really wanted to make himself feel like a real pro wrestler, and not only feel like one, a legitimate one. So we get this steel cage match. And yes, Expression was back. And I still feel just like when it comes to Little Yachty, Expression's not needed for him. He's a great talker. He's got charisma. He doesn't need a mouthpiece by his side. He doesn't even need a manager by his side. I don't know why he's still there. And I know you're going to say, well, they're friends. Maybe he asked for him. Yes, he probably did. But do I believe he needed him? No, I would rather see Expressions work with somebody else like BDE. Sammy Sosa. No, Sammy Sosa. I'm saying Sammy Sosa. Ricky Sosa. I don't know why I said Sammy. Ricky Sosa. I'd rather see him be with one of those guys than be with an AJ Francis. Yes, he could have started out with him, but then progressed over, work with BDE, Rick Swann, and then eventually Rick Swann and him break up, and then BDE is working with Expressions. Just like Little Yachty, he does have charisma. Fine. But give him someone to work with that needs him, not someone who doesn't need him that actually gets in his way. And also, I did see what's going to happen with Little Yachty. Stupid, putting him in a match. But let's move on. The match itself was fine. Expressions did come out, tried to help AJ. Didn't help much trying to get him to win, but he did save his ass at least once when he jumped into the ring and then splashed on top of Elijah. Elijah laid him out, but eventually Elijah lost the match. He did. No problem. Seeing AJ be the one to be put over is not a bad thing. It's not. It doesn't hurt Elijah much. It doesn't. Elijah already got his revenge for him losing his intellectual property and basically himself, his name. So seeing that AJ Francis got this win didn't hurt Elijah. It just didn't. But the thing is, what now with Elijah and what now for AJ Francis? AJ has his win. Where do they go with him now? That's the big question. A very big question. And I think I know what, because at the end of the show, you know what happened. I'll talk about that in a minute. Next match, the Knockouts Tag Titles. Now, we knew someone was going to take over for Rosemary because I understand Rosemary's injured. She can't wrestle. And there had been some rumors, but we didn't know exactly who. Kiera Hogan's come back. And I'm going to be honest, I don't like looking at the dirt sheets much. I try to say to you guys, do not surprise me. I've said this when a pay-per-view comes. Do not tell me anything from the dirt sheets. I'm the type of person that if it's going to be on TV or pay-per-view or PLE, I don't want to know. So I'm saying this to you guys now again. Please, before a pay-per-view, do not tell me about someone that's coming to the company, someone's being signed to the company. Don't tell me anything. I like to be surprised. And if I don't know, fine. That's the way I want it. On purpose. Because that is a genuine reaction you're going to get from me. You don't want me to just have, oh, I already know it. Oh, you said this. I already know that too. I don't want that. It's one of the reasons why I don't go balls deep into pro wrestling all the time. Admittedly, my ankle's still messed up. And I have been distracted because of it. So I haven't been watching a lot of wrestling. I mean, I've been able to watch some highlights and a full episode or two from here and there. But I haven't watched a lot of it due to the fact I'm trying to get my ankle better. It's frustrating. Ugh. But you get my point. So no more. Please do not put in my comments at all before a PLE or pay-per-view or a special show, like a theme show that's supposed to be really special. Don't tell me anything from the dirt sheets. Don't. Please. Moving on. Kiera Hogan. Haven't seen her in a long time. You guys tell me below. Has her legs and ass got bigger? Not saying she's fat, because she's not. Girl wasn't fat when she left the company. She's been gone at least 5 years now. She went to AEW. They've done almost nothing with her. Then I think I heard that she might have taken some time off. I know they released her from AEW, but I think she didn't really do much, or she was on the indies and a lot of people weren't really paying attention. But she came back. She looks great, but the girl's got some thick-ass legs this time around. I mean, look, Kiera, she was not a skinny girl. She had a butt. Everyone know it. She had some thick legs. But it looks like they double in size. And they look great, but she got thicker. But she went well in the ring. No problem working with Allie. I wish that they were honest, and this is me, when it came up that they had to get a replacement for Rosemary because no one knows where she went. She's missing. I think it would have been better if they were honest to say that, ladies and gentlemen, we wanted to say that Rosemary's injured. I know that it goes against the character, and doing that sometimes it actually makes a little more sense because, yeah, she went missing, but I think it would have been better to tell the truth in this situation. They did this for Rebel, and my heart still goes to her. I wish she didn't have terminal. I forgot the name of it. I forgot what it's called. But you know what's going on with her. She's dying, unfortunately. It's non-curable. She is passing away eventually. It's only a matter of time. And I wish she wasn't. And it would have been alright if they let Rosemary be known. Yeah, I know that it would mess up the storyline, but I think this time it would be alright. But seeing that they did mention that she was thrown to the lowest parts of the undead realm, that at least they kept with continuity of the story, that it came with Hogan. No problem. And they managed to retain. Not a problem. That wasn't bad. And I'm sure you're going to say, well, no. What happened with the Elegance brand? It's better that they have it. What would they have done with the titles? We don't know. There's a possibility that they have something else they're going to be doing. We don't know yet. Like I said, wait and see when it comes to Delirious and when it comes to Road Dogg. I believe he is working with them now. He is doing some of the storylines with them. So they may be going to do something that wasn't originally planned now that Road Dogg's working with Delirious and the rest of the creative team. So I am not saying it's going to be great stuff or good stuff or bad. It's just maybe they have something different. That's the reason why I'm not complaining right now. As I said, we got 1 year, one year to see if the new writing team without Tommy Dreamer and with Road Dogg, as far as I know Road Dogg is there, to see how they're going to create. Okay? So we got 1 year to wait. Not, we're going to just know now. No, it takes a year for someone to really get into the groove of understanding the writing team, all the people that are working there, and whatever things have already been set up. So this is me. Now, Moose versus, well, the story of these guys never facing each other in the ring. Okay. It needed to be done. These guys have never faced each other. Moose been there for 10 years straight. Kaz has been there for the entire time, being in one of the first matches of the ship, not the first match, but one of the first matches of when the Asylum started, back in 2003, 2 or 3. So seeing they work together was not bad. I don't know how I feel about Kaz winning. I don't know. The key here is, yes, he did win, escaping the cage, which was not a bad match. It was alright. Both of them worked pretty well together. They have decent chemistry together. It wasn't a bad match at all. But now the question is, what are they going to do next? I don't see this story ending too soon. Between Moose and Kaz, I do believe they're going to have a couple more matches, and the feud will still go on for at least a little bit. But what are they going to do with them? That's the big question. How are they going to set this up? But this is just me. The next match, which was a surprise to me personally, a no DQ match. It's steel cage. Zara Brookside versus Elena Black. Now here's where you're going to get surprised. Elena Black, let's make it clear, Miss Puff Up Titties. I'm not trying to insult her. I mean, it doesn't make a difference if they're fake or if they're real. I believe, I don't care. If someone, no matter man or woman, is allowed to squeeze, that's all that matters. But when you see Elena, she still has the general style that she had in NXT. It's not always good. Sometimes it goes good. Sometimes maybe very good. Sometimes it's just middle road and a little bit bad. Like her promo segments or her mic work. It can go here. It can go a little bit up. It can go down. It happens. That's how she is. It's not always consistently stable around here to here. It can go here, here, here. It can do it. In this match, she did a good job, particularly bleeding. Let's make it very clear. She blazed herself. It looked like she had a good blazing. And she made it very clear she was not going to quit. She doesn't care how much bleeding she did. And Zaya taking the belt, whacking her in the head with it to open that wound, that takes a lot to do, no matter if you're a man or woman. As they say in commentary, you either going to handle it or you don't. Now, I'm not saying that she hasn't bled before. We don't know how much work she's done in the indies where she had to bleed. Because in WWE, she barely bled or no bleeding at all. It was very rare that she ever bled or there was no bleeding for her. So, she did pretty well. The match was actually pretty competitive, particularly being in Chicago, her hometown, and people were for her. For that moment, she was still like, let's make it clear. The girl is a brat in her character, but the crowd didn't care. It was one of their own. She was going to be cheered and get pops, and she did. She got over. That's the thing. I don't think it's a face turn. She's still as she is. She's still going to be brash. She's still going to think she's big bitch of the entire Knockouts division. But here, she fit the mold of a face. And Zaya, that promo she did for this Thursday's Impact sucked. No, didn't like it. That's not her personality. If she was more aggressive and not paused, that would have been fine, but she paused so much to try and be controlled. I felt wasn't really the type of style for her. But here in this match, you saw how vindictive and aggressive she was, which is great. It worked perfectly fine, and I was 100% behind it, and she did well. She won. She didn't drop the title there, and everybody booed her ass out of the building, which was good. That's the way it's supposed to be, and especially when it came to Zaya and Elena. No problem. Now, this was the best match of the night. And it was because of the story that was built with it. Jason Hodge, and Ali. Ali, I'm not putting in images in, but Ali literally came out wearing, the guy looked like a gangster. Came out in a 1930s hat. Came out kind of with the vest, with the Tommy gun, with a cigarette in his mouth. Fake one, I believe, fake. And they wanted to make it like he was a gangster of Chicago, because that is his hometown. Did I love this match? Yes, I did. The match was done very well. We saw Tasha Steelz try to stop Ali from cheating, and 100% Hodge nailed her by accident while trying to get Ali when he was near the door. She also stopped Myra May. Now the question is going to be, does Tasha leave, or is she still sticking with Order 4? And by the end of the match, and understand, Hodge jumping off the 14, I think at least 13, 14 feet, down onto a table, stomach first. That was the thing that was the most important. He was bleeding. He had some blood in his face that was coming from his body. A little nerve-wracking right there. Hopefully he doesn't have internal bleeding. I hope he's okay. That looked like a little bit of real blood with possible spitting up fake blood, unless it was not fake blood, and they let him continue while he had internal bleeding. Hopefully not. It was a good story. Seeing that Ali took his daughter's bear, I think it was a teddy bear or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was. Was it a penguin or a bear? Don't remember which one it is. He was about to set it on fire because Myra May gave him a lighter. And what did Hodge do? He got back into the ring when they were trying to carry him out, continued to fight that match, got nailed multiple times, kicked most of the time Ali's ass, but in the end, he did get beat. He did. Ali is now the current champion. He tried everything to win, and he almost didn't. Just put over Jason Hodge as an individual wrestler. He's not just someone from Order 4. He is an individual wrestler that will do anything. Question's going to be, will they book him correctly? That's the big question. I just don't know. Next, Avery Styles shows up. Now, someone said in my comments, it's the reason why I said, don't give me spoilers before a theme show or a pay-per-view or a PLE. Don't tell me nothing. I don't want to know. Someone left this in the comments saying Avery was there. I would have been more happy to not have known. But seeing that Avery Styles is now TNA, that he made it very clear he signed with them, does that mean he's going to their developmental? Probably so. I don't know if they're going to actually put him on the main roster. They shouldn't if he hasn't been fully trained yet. But I don't know how much training he's gotten. They said 5 matches. I did check the website for just seeing about Avery. Supposedly he's only had 5 matches. Supposedly. That at least means he has had some level of training. I do not think they're going to put him on television yet. I do believe they'll show him, but I just don't believe they're going to put him in matches often, unless they really believe he can wrestle, like his dad. And here's the thing that's going to happen, like what happened with Randy Orton. Randy Orton acted a lot like Cowboy Bob Orton. He did. When Randy first started, he acted like Cowboy Bob Orton at first. He did. And when you see Avery, he's doing the same gimmick as his dad, wearing the long hood, flip it back, just like his dad. That's going to last for a little while. There's no way you can get around it. I know people are going to like it, but to be honest, I'll be glad when he moves away from it, because he should have his own distinct personality. He's going to have his dad's. That's just going to be. Now, him talking to Kaz, saying that me, your dad, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, we all have a bond. We helped build this place, which they did, along with a little bit of CM Punk, because he was there too for a short time. But he didn't join them in that camaraderie, because he left for WWE after he left, ROH. He made it very clear, don't trust anybody back there, but you can trust me. The big question is, how much of a story you're going to get with Avery and Kaz? That's going to be the big question. But that also makes me wonder, did they just drop him and Moose in their story? If there's no, him beating Moose, will you still have a story? That's going to be a big question. Did they just drop it so they can go straight to Avery? That's a possibility. So, I don't know. We'll find out. Next, the second best match of the night. This was the Last Man Standing's match. Flat out, was a great match. Did we see three... I'm surprised they didn't go beyond 3 lumbar checks for seeing Leon do not very good lumbar checks, because he didn't go straight to his back. Now, either because Cedric's back is actually kind of messed up, and maybe he just didn't want to do it, or he did it a bit sloppy, because he did 3 lumbar checks. 2 of those 3 he did not land. He was crooked, and he didn't even touch him because the camera caught it. But did it get done well? Yeah, the match was very good. And as you already know, this match was specifically about his record. If he loses, he has no more record. Everything he did as the X Division champion has been wiped. It would revert right back to Moose, I believe it was Moose, and Austin Aries. That's how it would work. Austin Aries have the longest title run, and not Moose. Amazing Red. Amazing Red would have been the youngest again, and Austin Aries would have the longest run. I think the reason I'm botching here is because of that ending. 3 lumbar checks and 2 of them just didn't land. And I'm thinking he couldn't be that sloppy. I'm wondering if he was worried about Cedric's back. That's the way I feel. But he did win, and he broke down into tears, and that's good, because he showed raw emotion, which is a good thing to see. And I did like it. That was the second best match for me. Lethal Lockdown. Let me make this clear. I do not like rush jobs when it comes to building a story. I don't. Give me at least near 3 weeks to a month on a story that's supposed to mean something in a match. I don't like rush jobs. I've never liked rush jobs. It always pisses me off. But in this situation, this is a rare case, the rarest case, that it didn't matter how short of a match it was going to, how short of time to build the match. Because this was about a match that has not been seen, not for 6 months, not for 6 years, 10 years. They had not done a match like this in 10 years. So that's why it's different. Because we had not seen a Lethal Lockdown match in 10 straight years. That is the only reason why the match was fine. I was fine with this match. I didn't get angry about it. I was fine with it. And what did we get? We get Eddie Edwards pinning Sammy Sosa. Now, the thing that was the most best highlights, I believe Sammy Sosa was the one who jumped off the top of the cage, landed back in, and nailed everybody, which was okay. The one that was very curious about, how Jada Stone was going to react to this type of situation. I don't know if she's done any hardcore matches. So seeing that she was willing to do the work and land in thumbtacks with Alicia Edwards, who has now been the only woman in history that has done a Monsters Ball match and Lethal Lockdown match. So we've had women who done Monsters Ball. Bowls. A lot of balls. And now she's the only woman in history that has now done a Lethal Lockdown match. Fine. No problem. The first and possibly only woman who do both. I'm alright with that. Landing a lot of thumbtacks. Very standard. But this wasn't about how Alicia was going to respond to it. It was about Jada Stone. So that was the big question for me. How would she respond? And she did pretty well. I still don't feel like she has much of a character. And yes, she can wrestle. I'm not saying she can't. She can be very sloppy. I'm being honest here. I've seen her be sloppy at certain points. She can be a bit sloppy. But generally, she's a good wrestler. And I don't really hate her. I just wish they would give her more personality. Or better yet, give her a story that her personality can develop. Because they're going by what I've always stated. Don't depend on the work you did outside the damn company. You must be built in the company. You must. Some of it can be helped. Well, some of it can help. Let's not lie about it. Having at least some type of pedigree and some type of character, but they got to build on top of it. And I don't think they've done that with her. Yes, she's only been there for a few months, but they got to start working on her because she still feels blank. Now, the Tornado Tag, the last match. The match was fine. But I was surprised that the Hardys lost here. I didn't hate it. It's just that I'm surprised they lost. Now you got Nick, who holds the World Champion and the tag titles. I don't remember the last time someone's done that. I think 6 years. 6 or 7 years, the last time anyone has done that. I can't remember. You guys are going to tell me below if it's 6 or 7 years. I did not go there and say 6 or 7 years. Damn it. I'm stupid. But this isn't what was the most important thing. We got a Leon Slater coming out. He said, I have now solidified myself permanently with the X Division. I will never be forgotten. My record would be standing permanently. As long as this company stays alive, I will always be remembered as the youngest and the longest. But I want more. I'm cashing in option C for Bound for Glory. He hands the title over to Silva. There's a short fight, and he grabs the title, holds it over his head, and as you see in my thumbnail, he's on the cage. Dude, what do we got here? We got a moment. A real moment. Do I believe it's going to work? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to re-sign his contract because this is near the end of his run. He's near the end of his run. I don't know if he's staying. But he is going to solidify himself by being the youngest X Division champion and the longest running. Would he stay if they gave him the title? I don't know. Do I want him to be champ? Hell yeah, I do. But I don't want that title to be hot potato either. So it's going to be a big question. Do I really want to see that title hot potato or not? But this is just me. And I hope you enjoyed this lockdown review. Please give me a comment below. I'm actually finishing within 30 minutes. Think of that. Peace.